morning. I am just walking through Corktown, Detroit at 4:30 a.m. as you do on your vacations. We're catching the Wolverine today. Honestly, I've had a very good time in Detroit. The people here have been exceedingly decent all over. We're just plenty of fine people going about their Sunday just fine. There's a little bit of weirdness, but everybody kind of respectfully worked together to make the weirdness end. I'm not used to that on buses. Initially, when I made this booking for the trip from Detroit to St. Paul, it was going to be with a 32-minute connection from the Wolverine to the Borealis. I was going to be in business class on the Borealis and coach in the Wolverine. Then I realized I have an Amtrak upgrade coupon that would allow me to get into business class for both parts. However, when I called, I learned that the booking had to be changed because the schedule changed, as they said, and I would now need to be on the Empire Builder train 27 again, leaving after 3 o'clock from Chicago rather than 32 minutes after arriving. So the good news is we get some time today to go around Chicago. Amtrak station in Detroit is north of downtown a little ways. So when you have the Amtrak Guest Rewards MasterCard, you get a coupon for an upgrade. Michigan Central Station, the big building 2 blocks from my hostel, was closed in 1988, and Amtrak built its Newtown station on land purchased from General Motors, opening by 1994. This station is extremely bare bones, much like Pittsburgh's in its lack of appealing amenities, but a bit more spread out. At boarding time, we're led up to platform level by the station agent, who had a big jolly character about himself when it came to his telling people to stay away from the track, which is shockingly close to the paved section running along the fence line, where we saw the Wolverine being pulled in by a Siemens Charger locomotive wearing Amtrak Midwest badging, a full consist of venture cars this morning comprising the train set that leads the morning sunrise into Detroit. Everything that could be said about venture cars largely already has been, and I can confirm their claims that the seats aboard Amtrak's newest coaches are not as comfortable compared to the Amfleet and Horizon cars of the past. But, given the lower price of the 2-2 coach seats, they're clearly the better value in the case of the Wolverine.
We are now departing.
And Texas 51 for Detroit, BTC has 6
Next stop,
Got it.
Dearborn. At this time, the conductor will be coming through to inspect and scan your e-tickets. Please have them ready, together with your identification, to expedite the process. This train stops
The
at
white sign is considered.
Dearborn,
All right.
Ann Arbor, Jackson, Albion, Battle Creek, Kalamazoo, Chicago.
Business class has hardly better legroom, just fewer seats of slightly greater width in a 1-2 configuration. Yes, they are already reclined, as I will soon discover upon sitting down. The seats are just barely better than no padding, and much less padded than, say, the Detroit streetcar I rode the day before. These are stiff seats with no give and no actual recline, and they made another guy in business class upset enough to loudly complain about it to our assistant conductor. He seemed deeply put out by the fact he'd paid nearly $100 for the sparser seating that he felt was no better a product than coach. And to a degree, I agree with the guy.
Please take this time to check around your seat and gather your personal possessions before exiting the train. Please watch the gap between the train and station platform when exiting the train. For your safety, be aware of open stairwells in the vestibules at the ends of each car. Watch your step. Use handrails when passing between cars, and use caution in the vestibules while the train is in motion. Thank you for riding Amtrak Midwest. At this time, the conductor will be coming through to inspect and scan your e-tickets. Please have them ready, together with your identification, to expedite the process. This train stops at Ann Arbor, Jackson, Albion, Battle Creek, Kalamazoo, Chicago.
In order to redeem your free beverage, you need to bring your ticket with you and come to the cafe car. Once again, cafe car is located at the rear of the train, which is in the opposite direction of the train's travel. Be advised, it is the new cafe car, so there are no sitting tables. Once again, new cafe car with no sitting tables. Any items purchased must go back to your seat. Once again, cafe car is open and serving at the rear of the train, which is in the opposite direction of the train's travel. We do want to thank you in advance for choosing Amtrak. Ladies and gentlemen, bring your appetite to the cafe car. Please leave your attitude at the seat. I repeat, bring me your appetite. Please leave your attitude at the seat. All right, here we go.
This route has recently been cleared to operate 110-mile-an-hour trains along more selected sections under Amtrak's ownership, from limits in northern Indiana to Kalamazoo, Michigan. The penultimate stop today before Chicago. If you believe the proposal maps submitted by Amtrak to the FRA, this is a route that could someday be switched over to Michigan Central Station in Detroit to restore its connection to Via Rail in Windsor and beyond into upstate New York and the provinces of Canada. That concept is pretty great, provided the governments and private ownership partners get it together within the useful lifespan of demand for lower cost, lower speed forms of travel compared to the always faster airlines in North America. Luckily, Michigan has never lost passenger rail completely in the state, which has allowed Amtrak to take over the line we're on today without much in the way of significant delays. But the Venture Cafe has shocked riders alike with its lack of table-based seating. It's sort of like a chuck wagon was welded onto half of a coach car, but with better ambiance than that description implies. It's a nicely put together car, and one I might utilize if traveling with kids, as I doubt many folks would find this car a restful place, while the cafe is still open at any given point of the journey and a line of people might be forming around them. I still say what Amtrak needs is a new single-level lounge car design, maybe a parlor car even. Give people somewhere other than their seat and the one fresh air stop in Battle Creek to go about their time on board the Wolverine. Despite their seating being so lackluster, the Venture cars are very smooth riding, considering the speeds we'll be undertaking today. Amtrak needs to cut its seat supply sooner than later, and consider how the future Aero train sets might be able to recover from the snafu that is the Venture seats. Better than a bench, but much worse than Southwest Airlines or the like. Our approach through Michigan is at times quite serene, giving way to unique station stops at hourly or better spacing between cities up till Kalamazoo. There our train 351 will run express to Chicago, bypassing 5 Amtrak stations, 4 of which are served by other runs of the Wolverine.
We are now departing. Jackson, together with your identification to expedite the process. Please watch the gap between the train and station platform when exiting the train. For your safety, be aware of open stairwells in the vestibules at the ends of each car.
And ladies and gentlemen, once again, arriving Battle Creek Station. If Battle Creek is your stop, please make your way up to the very front of the train, the same direction of travel. That's where we'll be opening the door for your exit. Also, ladies and gentlemen, you'll be getting a new crew with this stop. If you'd like to step off the train for a moment, here's your chance. Stretch your legs, have a cigarette, whatever you prefer. This is your one and only chance to do so. Battle Creek Station, now arriving.
The value really is in the coach fares, which are much less expensive than business class. Taking a look at the coach seats, there's no discernible difference in pitch, nor the lack of useful recline, nor the discomfort of the incredibly stiff padding. There's just more people in coach versus business class, really. And you don't get the value of an upwards of $4 potential estimated drink value from the cafe car. Indeed, as a free upgrade, the isolation of business class at the front of the train seems somewhat worth it. But then you get a cramp or an ache from the seat, and it all falls apart. Unless you have knowledge that an Amfleet business class car is running on a particular train of the Wolverine on any given day, buy your fares on this train early for a much lower price in coach. And you've got a really decent connection to Detroit and other cities in Michigan, as well as Toronto with an overnight layover in Detroit. Potentially there might be restoration of service to Buffalo and beyond as well. My train managed about 5 minutes late inbound to Chicago, crossing the Illinois border and cruising through the refineries and casinos that make up the shoreline of Lake Michigan. Metro stations, CTA buses, and all manner of traffic are about Chicago as we approach Union Station from the south on this Labor Day. I've got 4 hours until I need to board the Empire Builder to St. Paul, so I'm going on a walk out for a highly rated sandwich out west near the conservatory. I hope you get an idea of what the Wolverine is like from this video. Subscribe for future videos on the Motor City, the flight I took to get there from Minneapolis-St. Paul, and also a video about a new microtransit vehicle that might be seen in cities over the coming decade. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.
Station. If you're in need of any red cap assistance, that will be available on a first come, first served basis, ladies and gentlemen. It can only accommodate up to 4 people per ride. So if they don't make you on the first round, they won't make another one. Also be aware that it is a busy time of day at the station right now. But please be patient with them. Good for any Uber, Lyft, taxis, anything like that. Canal Street entrance is closed for the time being, so if you're looking for any Ubers or any Lyfts, anything like that, that will be available on Jackson Adams Street or Clinton Street. Any of those streets will suffice if you're looking for any transportation. If you're looking for any connecting trains, be they Amtrak or Metro, any uniformed personnel inside the station will be able to point you in the right direction. All doors will be opening upon arrival to the station, ladies and gentlemen. Some of those doors may be opening from the outside, so please be aware of that, aware of us, and please be patient. All doors will be opening. Again, on behalf of all Amtrak staff, engineers, conductors, onboard service, we appreciate you choosing 351 the Wolverine to Chicago. Hope you had a nice trip, and please enjoy your Labor Day, ladies and gentlemen. Stay safe.